Warriors Quest 2.0. This is Jared, and I'm back. All right. Many of you have gotten the news about Martin Peto, and we're coming live tonight in honor and memorial of Martin Peto. All right. We've come together today to remember him and reflect on the positive things and the very, very significant, the significance that he's brought to the kidney disease community. And so it's my pleasure to introduce my co-host, Steve Belcher. My brother.
What's going on, Jared?
Hey, it's good to have you with me tonight. We've gotten some solemn, some sad news about our brother in the kidney disease community, and it's good to come together tonight on this broadcast to reflect and to remember him and the significance that he's had in the kidney disease community. I mean, he's been such a steward. He's shared our broadcast. He's shared my post from mine and my brother's pages that we manage, and he's commented. He's been a part of our community, and just somebody. Even though he's not necessarily a loud spoken, he's kind of a soft spoken guy. Few words, but what he. For when he did make a comment, it said a lot because of his demeanor, and I and a lot of us, like my twin brother, and I've heard from Donna Tissot, many of us are shocked, and wow, I'm just I don't know what kind of words I can say other than I know that he meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me that he watched, followed, commented, shared, and was a part of this community as much as he contributed. And it's my condolences, my deepest condolences to his family and to anybody that he's connected with. May they find some sort of way to grieve and find some peace through this difficult time.
Absolutely, Jared. And, thanks for having me on. I know I, called you up to ask you to do this show. And this is kind of like the first show I believe we ever did in memorializing a kidney warrior. I mean, we do come together. You see a lot of our posts,
right?
When someone gets a kidney transplant, and we congratulate them, but this is the horrible side of kidney disease, which is the ninth leading cause of death in the United States. And in fact, just some appalling statistics. In 2017, 700 million people had CKD and 1.2 million people died. And an additional 1.36 million deaths were attributed to cardiovascular disease. Now, we don't know how Martin passed. We just know he's not here with us anymore and that he had kidney disease. And, with that being said, I'd just like to share from July 7th. Wait a minute. See, a lot of people don't know that we talk to a lot of these warriors offline, and develop relationship with people. And I'm not sure how long I knew Martin. It's been a while that he's been following us. I guess about a year more. And what I noticed about him, he's always been quiet. And like you said, he speaks loud words when he's quiet. But on July 7th, I just like to share a Facebook Messenger post that he sent me at 12:13 p.m. July 7th. He say, well, this was my message to him, and he responded. I said, hey, Martin. Wait a minute. I said, hey, Martin, how are you? Have you tried the probiotic Renadel? And then he says, no, I have not tried this product. Have not felt my best lately. Knowing my overall health with this affliction is having its way with me. Apologize for not doing very much lately. Fatigue has been my nemesis. Prayers and time to be as proactive as possible for advocating for kidney for myself has come. Continue to assist what I can do.
Wow.
I too have decisions to make for future of my family. Thanks for your wonderful tireless efforts to educate. Unfortunately, my fellow warrior, I must dedicate time into self-preservation. Family that depends on my leadership. Creator has a plan for us all. And hopefully I can help others along this path we walk. So he touched my life. This is just one of many messages, selfless messages that he has written me. I won't share them all. I'll share a couple of more in a while, but this guy, man, was incredible. I never met him in person. I met a lot of people in this journey, and I thought I would be able to meet him because I always wanted to meet him because of what he's meant to me through his post. He was very inquisitive. One message he wrote me was, he say, notice you're wearing, notice you're wearing an interesting piece of jewelry around your neck. The symbol that hangs represent what to you? And he's talking about the star crescent moon that I wear that is a symbol of Islam. I'm not a Muslim, but I just like some of the practices of Islam, and I explained that to him. So, I just want to share one more message that he wrote me back in June 17th, and that's ironic because I read a message that he wrote July 17th, and I didn't even think I was going to run on the message for June 17th. But he says, Jared, first and foremost, and I must give all praise to the Creator who guides me to walk in the light. Life experience gathered from many insane moments while observing malicious expressions from people. Strong earthly father that provided vast amounts of strength, education, and empathy. My significant other who taught compassion and integrity and loyalty never witnessed in my eyes. Difficult for me to communicate on a personal level until observation of lengthy time. Trust in one of my weaker points. Ironic choosing social media to ask for help in a moment of desperation.
Wow. Wow.
I am an open book. I am an open book for any to read. Basically, it would please me. It would please me to continue communications when moments present itself. Thanks for allowing me to present a humble mind, friend.
Well, Steve, I want to say thank you for reading that. I know this must have been very difficult, and that especially when you read something after the fact, it can be very difficult. So I'm gonna go here for a second, you guys. This is something that means a lot to us. Kidney disease is something we're very passionate about. We want to help as many people as we can, and anybody we come in contact with, any connections that we have, every single person matters to us. Every single person means something to us. Every single person we think about that we meet, every single person we pray about, every single person we wonder how they're doing. And because this passion is so real, that when someone as significant as Martin passes, it's impactful because of the significance that they have in this community, and the amount of care that we have for each and every person, for Denise Simmons, for Bridget, for Jonathan Taylor, Donna, Tiffany Joseph, Aaron Wheeler. I'm just naming people that are watching tonight, but and Jim Myers, of course, Uncle Jim. Every single person in this community means something to us. And when somebody who stands for so much goodness passes, like Martin, it's difficult. And I'm sorry for his loss. I'm sorry for anybody who may be grieving during this process. I'm thankful for his kind words, for the effort that he put into sharing, for commenting, for supporting us, and for really saying kind words on every broadcast to every person that we interviewed. He was always supportive, and he'd say, "Welcome, whoever it is that's watching," or whoever was our guest that night. He'd welcome them, and he'd comment, and he would say, "God bless them," and he'd give them support. Well, meanwhile, and unbeknownst to us, he was probably struggling himself, and it's very,
All right.
very difficult.
Sorry, man. But I didn't mean to interrupt, but Jared, when I was working in dialysis, that's the hardest part when you're working on the floor. I know I talk a lot about against the corporate companies, and when I go off on a tangent, it's not on the staff, even though there are good staff and bad staff, like there are good cops, bad cops, or any other profession.
Right.
But my beef is with the corporations. With that being said, when I was working in dialysis and you get to know patients because they come 3 times a week, Jared.
Right.
It's like a second home.
They become part of the family, right?
Exactly. You can't help. I know we always say, the company says you have to have boundaries set, because and sometimes it can become personal. It can. I done been over people's houses. They invited me. The point is, Jared, it's no different, and I don't understand that. It's no different the way I respond if I was working, and if I came to work and if someone told me that I was very fond of any patient, is a loss of life is tragic. But if it's somebody that I've grown fond to, that I would act the same way. I would leave the floor and get myself together. And for some reason, Jared, I never knew this guy. I mean, other than social media, never met him, but he's made a significant impact on a personal level,
right,
in my life as a human being, as me looking to be a better person. Even a lot of people, I'm no stranger to a lot of people. I done said things on social media impulsively, maybe because of race issues, maybe out of emotion, conflict within inside. And social media is the only way. It ain't the only way, but that I thought was the only way that I could express my anger because of social injustices. And the next thing I would know, Martin will post a comment on something I may have said, and it make me go back and look at the comment that I made and make me look inside myself as a human being, to say to myself, maybe I could have responded or reacted in a different way. But he just, on a personal level, man, helped me out in ways that people wouldn't understand, just being a decent human being.
Absolutely. Martin is a gentleman, a person that I never found complaining. I never found him whining. I never found any negative comments that he never posted anything that was negative in any way. A very, a guy that really just as a decent human being, a good person, and one of the very good people, that is in this kidney disease community that we have, this family that we have. Thank you for watching, Stephanie Stevens, and
Yeah,
for your
and
support.
even with Stephanie Stevens,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her. I
We
mean, I
don't.
know her
Yeah.
on Facebook, but we
Yeah.
never met. And we built a kindred relationship. Her mom passed away from kidney disease.
I'm
And
sorry.
she'll tell you, man, this disease is no joke.
It's
And
a
I met so many people just like Stephanie, and I just hope to meet her and her family one day in person because she has been so gracious and been instrumental in my journey as well, just as a mentor, even though we haven't connected lately. But last year, maybe a year and a half ago when we first met, she was very, very instrumental and just helping me do things for the kidney community with these care gift baskets, which we couldn't really get off. And maybe we could probably restart that, Stephanie. But it's Modere products that are very natural skin products that dialysis patients or even anyone can use with dry skin or problem with using these harsh chemicals that are in a lot of these products. But I just said Stephanie, as well as Donna, Tassad, Nick, Nick
Nick and Debbie.
Salter,
And
his
his wife
wife,
Debbie. Mm-hmm.
People you had on your show. This has been just a humbling journey to meet these people. And even if I was to hear anyone in their deaths, I would react the same way because of the relationship we had developed online advocating for kidney disease. We all doing it in different ways. There's
Right.
no she does it better than me, you do it this way, I do. No. Donna, Gene Sims, the lady that was on the other night,
Jen
Jen
Benson.
and
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany. Yeah, everybody's doing something different, but that's what's needed. That's what's needed to get it out there through the different avenues
Mm-hmm.
to get this information out there. And
Right. Like
so,
with Kent Bressler, what he's doing. There's so
yes,
many different
Kent,
ways. Yeah.
it's just so hard, man. How I found out, I just went on my phone sometime and just went on the Facebook, and Jonathan Trailer, kidney advocate, recent transplant recipient, we
Mm-hmm.
celebrated his life,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
his miracle last week
Right.
before last. He put a post on Facebook that said, "Rest in peace." And I was like, wait a minute. And I got off and I immediately called Jim Myers, Uncle Jim, because I
Mm-hmm.
knew he would know.
Right.
And he confirmed it. And I broke down and, I talked for a minute. I told him I had to call him back because the
You
news
were
was just so
overcome.
devastating and
It's overwhelming.
overwhelming. It's like, this is not the first time I experienced this, Jared.
No, when Roxy passed, it was very difficult for me when Roxy
Her,
passed. When Rox,
Roxy, and
mhm.
the other Tamika,
Right.
James,
Yeah, Tamika
and
James.
even when I worked, Jared, it was a young lady. I never forget. I can't remember her name. I was in Houston, Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and young lady, we used to always talk. And Friday, like, I see you on Monday. And she didn't come in Monday. And then we got the call that she had a stroke in the bathroom.
Oh no.
And one thing I wanted to share, Jared, the first time I experienced this was in 1985 when I first started in dialysis.
Mm-hmm.
It was only like a month, Jared, month and a half. It was a Caucasian gentleman, very nice guy, man, older gentleman. And back then in 85, only thing you could do as a tech when you first start was just wipe the arm off, set up the machine. You couldn't stick the needle in. You had to call for somebody, but very nice gentleman. And this was on a Thursday. And so Saturday I had to work and I'm new. And the guy didn't show up. And I asked the nurse where was Mr. I can't remember his name. And she said he passed away. And that was the first time I didn't react like I did now. I was just shocked. I was 21, 22. Just got out of the military. So my thoughts about death or anything like that, like I said, I just got out of the military. So, somebody I didn't know, death wasn't really a big issue as it is now, as I've gotten to know people. And, we're talking, I'm 56 now, and I was 21, 22 at the time. So a lot has changed over the years, and I've grown and matured as a person and as a caregiver. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, it most in my mind, what probably has happened for you is that because you've matured and because now you're at your stage of life now, is it because, and this is not, I don't want to presume too much, is it making a bigger impact for you because each relationship is more of a cherished sort of interaction than when you were younger? Do you think maybe that's why it's more of a significance? Because
sure.
because I see that in my life. I feel as though every relationship I make now is a bigger investment now that I'm older and
Oh,
wiser.
absolutely, Jared. I was, you know, we only, people only know you from what you present to them on social media. And like with everybody else, I have a history. And so, with that being said, when I worked in dialysis and just growing up, I always been reserved just because of past childhood, trauma from bullying. So I always
Okay.
been reserved, hesitant, and uh, not trusting a lot of people. And so, with that being said, the relationships I develop and people who reach out to me, I see how important it is to um, reach back out to them instead of being selfish and just being about myself. And so I'll say that to say, even with the injustice of me losing my job behind an accident that wasn't my fault at work that ended my 33-year career, I could have just been very uh, uh, angry and selfish and
Mm-hmm.
bitter
Right.
and went on my way with the information that I have. But God didn't see that for that to happen. That wasn't his purpose, because at the time I still was doing Urban Kidney Alliance of the accident. So it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. But yes, man, anybody that I meet on here that has followed us, that I like Leslie when she was in the hospital, how she took the time out where her recovering from COVID to give
Right.
us the interview, and
Yeah.
just her support with the t-shirts, the
Yes.
many people who donated. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Jared, let me just share not a story, but you know, we're 501c3, and so those anybody who donates, that is reimbursed, so you can write that off from IRS. But there was a time, Jared, that when I first started that they get no donations, not one penny, and I used to really um, just speak out of anger and comments and just like that. No, that's what years ago, but I grew spiritually grown and just learned to trust in God and put it in His hands and just keep doing what we do best is, you know, educate. And if people want to donate, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. I can't get mad because I don't know everyone's situation, but I do know God told me in the dialysis unit before my injury that He wanted me
All right.
to educate 3 million people, not just 30 people inside of a dialysis clinic enclosed, but 30 million. So that's where we're at today. We haven't reached that many people, but I just pray to God that we're able to just get this message out there to prevent. I mean, we all got to leave this planet someday, but let's try to prevent and decrease the rate of death from
Absolutely.
kidney disease and
Mm-hmm.
knock it off the top 10 list for cause of death.
Oh, we can make a difference, and we can make a bigger difference if we bring more people to this cause, and and especially when something like this happens where we lose such a key part of our community. It is a good reminder in regards to a solemn reminder, somber reminder of how important that this cause is and how much we have to come together to educate and bring more awareness. It's we've got to be able to reach more people, and again, we can, and we can be a beacon to people, but we need everybody's help. We need people to help us
Yeah,
grow
live your
this.
life to the fullest while you still can.
Amen, Donna. Thank
And
you.
that's why, Jared, why I continue to do, you know, what I do. Because I feel like I don't know, not that I don't know anything else, but if I didn't do this, I would be lost.
No, I feel you. I feel you. This gives me purpose too. Man, much like you, I had an epiphany. I was inspired as well, and my inspiration came when my sister-in-law, when she posted something on Facebook. I said this the other night on the Warriors Quest show, and I don't know that I can remember that she's posted anything else on Facebook since then. I mean, she just doesn't put stuff on Facebook very often, and so when she did, it made such an impact on me that I felt inspired. I feel very strongly that God was talking to me that day and made me, I felt like I had to do something more than what I was currently doing. And when she did finally get her kidney transplant, surgery, and she became a recipient, again, I felt inspired to continue to do more because I couldn't just stand there. I couldn't be just someone who was on the bench or on the sideline and watched people
Mm-hmm.
become vulnerable without my help. And I felt like I can make a difference. I strongly believe that you and I are connected in this cause because
That's
God
how
has
we
helped us
met.
put exactly. It's because of my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I saw that post.
Right. It's there is no coincidence. All right. So Manny, thanks for watching, Manny.
Jerry, I want to share another personal message from Martin that I believe is another significant that I feel that other warriors could benefit from. And maybe this was the purpose for Martin.
Okay.
For me to share these messages, because I could just keep this stuff to myself. I'm not going to share go up and down the thread, but I was looking at some that hopefully other people who are dealing with the disease or maybe can see something out of what he wrote to me that could benefit them.
Right. Okay.
So what happened was we have another warrior, very selfless, Pastor Nick Gentile from Rochester, New York, with Compassion Match. He has a show, and Martin was going to be on it. So I said to Martin, well, he told me, he says, question, and ran across a friend of yours, Nick Gentile, and going to interview me tomorrow, wondering your thoughts on this young man. This was back in June. I said, hey, Martin, how are you? Yes, I know Pastor Nick Gentile from Facebook. He was on one of our shows, and he's a kidney donor. I said, great guy. I said, when I am going to get my interview. And then I had some smiley faces. And then, because I've been trying to get an interview with him. And then I said, you should be great. And then I said, when is this supposed to happen? And then he says, I did not plan on this happening so soon. By following some of your posts, found this person advocating, and he was a donor. Sent him a message to have permission to share my posts and others. He responded with quick positive feedback. Tomorrow evening, interview on StreamYard, and I can send a message exactly when. Usually, I am very cautious and observe for a while before chatting. One day, when we talk,
wow. And Nick Gentile's a good man.
One day when we talk, I never got a chance to talk to him. One day when we talk, and can tell you a little about my background. I won't even know about it now.
Yeah.
You say various reasons deem it necessary for me to be proactive for preemptive transplant. Definitely one day soon. Definitely one day soon, we can concentrate on my particular issue. Difficult for me to ask for assistance. This guy is so selfish. It's difficult for me to ask for assistance when so many people's situations are in greater need. pondering what I can do to help suffering many experience.
Wow.
And that's it.
Wow. He made comments. He's made other comments while watching some of our other shows, and and always wanted to give support to other people. He was always giving. Very selfless person.
He was, man. He was. So that's why, when I get many posts like that, you can see why I'm real messed up right now with this news.
It's disheartening, and it.
And my condolence to his family. He had a very beautiful family.
Yeah, children, wife.
Can you what did he say?
This is why we need to help others and be kind to each other, especially in our transplant community. We need each other because no one else truly understands what we are going through and what we are feeling. Thank you to all our warrior brothers and sisters for their continued support and love. We will get through this together as a community. Rest in peace, Martin. Thank you, Gene.
Oh, absolutely, Jared.
Hey,
I didn't really, this is the thing, Jared, and I'll be very honest with you. Probably up until, what's this, 2020, maybe up to maybe 2018, I didn't really understand the importance of this community. I was just so focused on throwing out information, but I didn't really understand the importance of supporting this community. And so that's why, people started to see the collage that Urban Kidney Alliance did with all the kidney warriors across the screen, and wishing kidney warriors happy birthday, or because Facebook is so big and you don't know who you're following, so it's kind of hard to catch everyone and when their birthday is. But when you do see it, we try to recognize someone had a transplant, or someone unfortunate passing, or someone's birthday, or anything that can recognize that warrior because of the battle that either they went through or what they're going through at that time. And so we just like to hit it from all angles to make a difference in this community, to let people know that people with kidney disease matter, and that it has to be more focus on awareness, prevention, and education to decrease the amount of people that's diagnosed each year.
Absolutely. Jen Benson is emphasizing this herself. Thanks for watching, Jen. She was on Warriors Quest.
Yeah, we're going to have her on. I just got to reach out and schedule a date. Actually, we're going to have a lot of people on that now. With this unfortunate news, it just makes this mission more important, and this advocacy more important. In memory of Martin and other warriors. I just had a buddy of mine that passed away last year, Eric Edmonds, another inspirational person, kidney warrior I met in my journey down in Richmond, Texas, and he got a transplant. And he used to coach, boxing coach. He trained me, let me work out with him when I used to work in Richmond, Texas, outside of Houston. And he had this transplant for years, so he got good usage out of it. I'm not sure why, his reason for passing last year, but I say that to say that another instrumental person that I met along this journey, as I met many, many people who have, if it wasn't for them, Jared, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now.
Right. We have many, you've met so many people along the way. I've met some great people along the way as well. And this each person, as I said this earlier, each and every person means something to me and to you and to everybody that's a part of the Urban Health Outreach Media Network, because we have we have so much passion for this, and it's sincere, and we put forth all of this energy and all of this love, okay, for our brothers and sisters in the kidney disease community, that it's a big impact when someone either passes or has a kidney transplant surgery. In both cases, there's an impact, and especially today, it's an impact. Martin is a good man. He's a gentleman. He's selfless. He's supportive. A good person. I don't remember any post that he ever had or ever put out there that was negative.
Nothing.
Always full of love, and always showing goodness. And it's very sad to lose him. But if we can make sure that we do press forward and we continue this because of the passion that we have, that we continue to do more. I think God wants us to continue and to move forward. And if we can do this in his honor, in some way show Martin that because of what he meant to us, that we want to press forward and do more, that the impact that he made on us, on you and me and everyone else, that we want to continue to make progression for awareness and advocacy, and to do more for our kidney disease, for our kidney warriors, our brothers and sisters out there. And that's something we can do. And that's something that we can continue to move forward in a positive direction. And for those of you that have ever either had a message from Martin or interacted with him or have read a comment, please, if you would, comment now your personal experience about Martin. Please comment how you remember him. Please comment your interaction, any good things that you can draw from him as well.
Jared, I meant kind of, I feel like God, all this is for a reason, these messages. I think when I write a book, like a memoir, I'm going to add some of this stuff because, a lot of comments and things people said have been very instrumental in my life. And I just want to read another comment of text he sent me. He says, again, this just shows you the integrity of this gentleman. He says, I want to contribute and advocate for others. Apologize for being just a distant observer. And I used to tell him he never had to apologize.
No,
but he did.
All.
He said, apologize for being just a distant observer. My mind is sharp at times, foggy, and my body fights with me. Basically, Thanks for allowing me to vent.
Wow.
Asking for assistance is not my best attribute. Take care of yourself during these chaotic times we live in. So this guy, man, he means a lot to me. Even though I never met him and I just known him from Facebook, he means, or he meant, and he still do mean a lot to me.
Me too.
Just like a lot of other people I met and sent messages. Everyone means a lot to me. But it's just so hard when moments like this takes place. And so, we know that kidney disease is the 9th leading cause of death. And I propose from this moment on that whether it's transplant, we celebrating transplant, or we celebrating in death, that we do both. And when we hear about a warrior supporter that has been supportive of Urban Health Outreach Media or any one of our shows, that we do the same for them as well.
I like that. I'm in favor of that. Absolutely. We need to celebrate.
Can you show that one? Can you show that video once again, Jared, of the Martin memorial video?
Okay. Yeah. So everyone, I made a short video clip. It's some, I've collected some photos and I made a short video clip, and it's so that we can reflect on Martin. So I'm going to play that now, and we'll go, while that's being played, we won't be on the display or the screen, but please, let's have our thoughts towards Martin when we watch this video. Okay.
All right, Jack, I'm going to run to the restroom.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so hopefully, I normally try to do video intros or any sort of video with more upbeat energy, but this, of course, was different. And so I'm hoping that that short video clip can, that it means, has a significance. The melody obviously is a little bit more melancholy, but purposely done that way so that we can have our thoughts towards Martin during this, and his family during this difficult time. And so I want to thank you, Donna. She's saying here, being an advocate, when I ask people to share the post for the purpose of saving lives, we need to keep sharing as many people as we can get the message out. Absolutely. Sharing is definitely caring. And sometimes what happens is I was speaking to a kidney warrior just the other day, and she had expressed to me how she was just a little frustrated that she saw some of her Facebook friends that were posting memes and jokes on Facebook, but she felt like recently that her posts from her Facebook page weren't being shared very often, or at least recently. And but memes were, or jokes about our, about I don't know, political satire and memes were being shared, but her posts weren't being shared, and she was expressing her frustration. And sometimes I realize that jokes about our, if you see a post often enough, or if you see these posts on a daily basis, it can almost seem like white noise. Okay, I get it. And for you millennials, that means white noise was the TV sound that we heard when the TV programming was off. So I realize that
After the
sometimes
Star Spangled Banner.
That's right. Yeah. And sometimes what happens is sometimes when we see things repeatedly on a daily basis or regularly, sometimes it can almost, we don't see it and we almost become desensitized to it. So I get that to a point. I get that. But please, any of the posts that anybody who's putting out here in search of a living kidney donor, or a kidney transplant who's looking for support, okay, after transplant, please take it seriously, share it, and make sure that we get those messages out there to as many people as possible. All right.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And then sometimes, Jared, sometimes, we have to boost the post. One may have to pay $5 or,
right,
not even that much to get your ad if you're looking for a transplant, or even if you're you have a advocacy platform and you want to reach more people outside of what you're doing now, you may have to open up your own page and then boost the post, and you can reach more people. Because from a personal page, you can't boost anything. You gotta have a private page for what you're advocating for. Once you get that, then you can post something and boost it, put it global to try to reach people overseas, to try to draw more people into your platform. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're still building, right, Jared? I mean, we're not even halfway there. I mean, we're still inching along, but we're grateful. We're very
grateful for all of our
new
followers.
people like Bridget Hill Darby, because she mentioned that's how we found her. And, warriors like her and other Gene Syme and Kent, they're starting to come on. And if we can get more participation, not just here, Jared, but in the community, like other people could start shows and create something to reach another audience, because this disease is so dynamic.
It is. We need as many people as possible. So we've got, of course, Nick Gentile that's doing his thing, and then we've got Kent Bressler. We've got, of course, everybody on the Urban Health Outreach media platform, and then we have, we've got Nishonda Larimore.
Transplant Talk with Nishonda.
That's right.
All this, we have to support all these shows so we can build up our community, and that way the information that needs to be put out there, you know where to get it from. Because I know we have the National Kidney Foundation and kidney.org and AAKP, are great organizations. In fact, AAKP had their 45th, they ended their 45th annual meeting today, virtual meeting, which was awesome. But these organizations, such as those, as big as they are, they can't have somebody on like tonight. How we're able to memorialize a kidney warrior like Martin Peto. These
Mm-hmm.
organizations are so big that they don't have anyone that comes on for an hour to memorialize a kidney warrior. Like one is one of thousands, okay? But this is who we knew and who affected our lives. And so, with that being said, shows like this were able to reach people on a level that I feel like the larger organizations can't do because they're not out giving personal education at 9 or 8 or on a Sunday night during the World Kidney News or having a Lisa Baxter show where you have a host doing a monologue and an opening and then sharing not just kidney warrior stories, but other people who
Right.
make an impact in the community at large.
Right.
That we don't have organizations that have a Warriors Quest or Kidney Stories 2 with Uncle Jim or Sisters Against Kidney Disease or Urban Renal Talk with Tamika and Steve or Finding Your Will to Survive. There's nowhere else you're going to see shows like this that try to inspire and to instill hope in the people that deal with this disease and their family members.
Right, right. And there's a special thing that happens when, it's kind of like when when I've got when just recently.
Thank you, Manny.
Yeah, thank you, Manny. When just recently we had Chadwick Boseman pass away, and the Black Panther, and I'm wearing a Black Panther T-shirt.
Oh, with colon cancer.
That's right. And when he passed away, there were many people that had posted, many African Americans that had posted that he had meant so much to them because they finally found a superhero that looked like them, that they could relate to because he looked like them. And so what we can do with the kidney disease is these are shows in which we're spotlighting kidney warriors, heroes. We're spotlighting heroes in my mind, that are looking also for heroes, in some cases kidney donors, and then they're heroes because they've gone on and they've had a transplant and they're continuing to be kidney warriors and they're heroes. But these are shows in which we have people that current kidney warriors and kidney transplant recipients can watch and say, they're like me, and they can relate because they have some common ground and they're talking about things that they're going through or they have gone through, or they can give support because it's something that they've been able to overcome before. And so
exactly.
These are the only shows, that kidney warriors can have some sort of reflection and say, this show is about what I'm going through. Nowhere else can you find that. All right. And again, the more the merrier. We have a big umbrella. So anybody who else wants to put out a show, you and I have said this before, is that we're not stingy and we're not selfish, and we're certainly not we're not going to have a monopoly on kidney disease as far as shows go. We
right.
That's
crazy.
We're not going to do that because we've, just like you said, is that the support is so imperative. And when kidney warriors, can feel support, that's when they begin to have hope. And when they have hope, great things happen because there's a glimmer of something that can be better. And when they have that, okay, it gets them through one day. Whether it's, Candy that says something in a comment, or Manny, or Jonathan, or Jeans, Syme, anybody of these comments, okay, you never know who's watching and reading these comments tonight, okay, because they wanted to tune in and hear about Martin, and they can self-reflect and think, man, he was only around anywhere from 15 to 11 GFR. I'm not sure what happened, but that could be me. And when you're self-reflecting and then you're reading through some of these comments, you don't know what one of these comments can mean to somebody reading this tonight. It can inspire somebody tonight and give them hope. So anybody that's watching, please continue to give hope. Continue to write comments that are inspiring and encouraging. So, because support and encouragement is what we can do when we come together, and we can be a large group. There's a big umbrella. Okay. We can fill a football stadium or larger full of kidney warriors and supporters. We can be literally a huge community. Okay, Facebook itself is big. And then we start bringing on people from Twitter and Instagram and wherever else. We can be a huge community. The beauty of using StreamYard for a third-party platform to broadcast is you don't even have to have a Facebook account to be on the show. And then, in fact, you can even watch it on YouTube. In fact, we encourage you to watch it on YouTube because we want to grow our YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm showing here some other comments. Let's show these. Mentoring is an important part of support in the kidney transplant space. It's not only about locating a donor, but being there after transplant for encouragement, support, and assistance in keeping the kidney viable and the recipient living. Because you're right, Kent, Kate, the journey does not stop after transplant. In fact, there are still difficulties. There are still trials, tribulations, and there are things to overcome after transplant. These warriors still need our help, our support, and encouragement after transplant.
Yeah, and Jared, like you were saying, a lot of other people are saying, come together as a community. That was one of the reasons why I came up with Cooking with the Chef series, which tomorrow night is another episode with Chef Brian Borley. But again, it goes back. Oh, absolutely, Donna. I want to speak with Jen about that. But what I wanted to do with this show, Cooking with the Kidney Chef series, is have a platform where people who deal with kidney disease, right, and they had issues with their eating pattern or fixing meals, or feel like they are stuck to one particular, food sources, or like they feel like they can't eat this or they can't eat that. This show would give them an opportunity to see people just like them, kidney warriors who had a transplant but just happened to be a chef, prepare very easy meals that don't take long, like an alternative,
right?
It's healthy. And so that's just one of many things that we're trying to do for people with kidney disease, to have something to go to, not just go to a website and download information or read it on the screen, but being able to have access to a platform like this to not only see the shows, but participate like we have it going here in the comment section.
Absolutely. So the cool thing about having the chef on the, on the broadcast and having a show designed around the chef is that anybody can read a recipe, okay? But the thing about just reading the recipe is you don't always understand why the ingredients are in the recipe. And so that's the magical thing about having the chef there and having him on that show is he's talking and he's explaining and he's telling you why the ingredients are there. So you don't just read, again, reading the just reading the recipe, you can see what the ingredients are, but
Mhm.
it doesn't always help you understand why they're in the recipe. And that chef can do that. And that helps you understand how that's going to, when you're a kidney warrior, it's going to help you understand how that's going to be a benefit for you. I love
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
And I encourage people, if you haven't seen the first show, broadcast last Sunday, September the 6th, you can go to our page, Urban Health Outreach Media, and go under videos and look for World Kidney
Right.
News. And you'll see it with
Oh yeah.
Jeff. Thank you, Jen. And I am going to reach out to you. Once I finish the broadcast tonight, I got to create the broadcast for tomorrow. But Jen, I want to sit down because there's a lot of people I want to get on the show. Some great people like Jen and Jean and Tiffany that you had on your show. I mean, it's so many great people with so many different stories that
Mm-hmm.
need to be out there. And I just hope that we can create a network, not just Urban Health Outreach Media Network, but a network of other shows that have their own niche,
Right.
right? And that these warriors can go around, just like on TV with the talk shows, and share their story on these different platforms.
Right. Right.
Because every host is not the same. Okay, because every host don't have the same questions or may come and when they do their interview may come from a different point of view.
Yeah. Different
Like
perspective. Yeah.
perspective, like me being a healthcare professional, my line of questioning may be a lot different than yours by you being an advocate and knowing the people that that deal with this disease. You may come from a different line of questioning opposed of mine because of my medical background. But I
Right.
just say all that to say is that, like you said, there's room. We're not trying to we're not no AT&T or by
Right.
no means. We just, I don't know, Jared. I always say this. I get
I
my
can't.
inspiration. Oh yeah, kidney
He's got
stories.
his.
Check him
He's
out.
got his pod. He's got his podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jared, I get all these ideas from the spirit. I mean, I don't sit around and try to think of shows to do. It's like it just comes out of
I feel
nowhere.
you. Yeah. It's
It's a
inspiration.
feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
I can't explain it unless you're doing something that you're passionate about and that these inspirations would just flow right through you at certain times. And not all the time, it's
No.
at certain times.
I feel that was sometimes when I'm on Facebook and I'm reading something from a Facebook group and a certain kidney warrior comments or says something and it means something to me where I feel like I can, I feel inspired where I'm going to reach out to that person and I think they'd be a good fit to be on the Warriors Quest show. So that happen, inspiration happens, and passion. When you have that passion and you feel that inspiration happening, not everybody acts on it, Steve. And I commend you for acting on it, because it's easy to feel inspiration, but sometimes it's not as easy to act on it, because, oh man, that was just a feeling, or you know what, I'll do it tomorrow, or one day becomes 2 days, and all of a sudden 3 months go by, or a year, and it never happens. Not everybody acts on inspiration. Okay. And that's what I encourage everybody to do, is that when you get that inspiration and you feel inspired to do something, act on it, because there's a reason why you're feeling inspired to do something. Okay. It's the higher power in the universe speaking to you. And the one way to move forward in a positive way is to act on that inspiration. Only good things happen through inspiration. Nothing bad is going to happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we started. I remember when Tamika and I were doing the shows with our cell phone with Be Live. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go too, Kent. But I remember we was doing it with this, Jared, with the cell phone.
Uh-huh.
And I recall when I started doing Sunday morning transplant coffee talk, and Tamika had got on me because I created another show. Then I created another one. And, the point is, all of these shows came from inspiration.
Right.
So I encourage anyone that's watching tonight, if they have any inspiration or a niche to advocate and do more of what they're doing, and they had that burning desire to do it, and do it in memory of Martin.
Absolutely.
Do it for Jonathan Traylor. Do it for the other warriors who have passed away or who've gotten the gift of life. And we got to get this information out there, whether you're looking for a transplant, whether you need information so you don't get on dialysis,
Right.
whether
Your
you're on
caregiver. All right. Mm-hmm.
the information just needs to get out there, Jared.
Absolutely. Okay. And I wish I had some sort of amplifier. I wish I had some sort of way to get it out there all by myself. I can't. And so by asking for help sometimes is hard to do. Like, our dear Martin said, it was hard for him to ask for help, but we do need your help to reach more people. We need to reach more people and to get this word out. We need to get more education out there. We need to get more awareness out there. And we need to do that so that we can prevent. Hey, Alicia, thanks for watching. That's awesome.
Yeah, I missed this. I mean, I wish we
from
could
a year ago.
Yeah, been
That's
in
awesome.
AKP, personally this year, but COVID.
Amen, Manny. And so we have a powerful thing when we come together, and especially on social media. And I get it. Okay, it's easy to share something, a joke that's funny, a meme, or maybe there's something that you share that maybe I don't know. Maybe you see something that you like because it's jewelry. Oh my gosh, that I was gonna message you the other night, because we've made this we've poked fun a little bit. That sometimes there are these Facebook live shows, okay, and I saw one in one of these Facebook groups that I'll post into, because they're huge. Like, there are a couple of them where it's like 300K, right? And so,
wow.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm a member in some of these large Facebook groups, and one of them had this. I don't know if it was paparazzi or if it was, but it was some sort of jewelry Facebook
Yeah,
live.
paparazzi.
Yeah, it may have been paparazzi. I don't know, but it was jewelry, and there were like 87 people on this live.
Wow.
87 people. And I want to say, okay, before I put my foot in my mouth, okay, I appreciate and sincerely am grateful for all of the followers that we have on on the Urban Health Outreach media Facebook page or YouTube channel or any of the shows, the Warriors Quest show, Lisa Baxter show, Sisters Against Kidney Disease, any of them under the umbrella. I want to say that sincerely. Okay, but if we come together and we share more, man, it would be just so cool to see that if we just lit it up, okay, and had a Facebook Live where we had like almost, either 100 people or over 100 people on a Facebook Live, or and because what happens is when we do StreamYard, okay, just so that you understand, everyone, is that the number of shows together form. If we have if we have a live that we're doing, it's connected with the Warriors Quest Facebook page, and then the Urban Health Outreach Media Facebook page, and then the YouTube channel. And so when we're seeing everybody on one broadcast, it's sometimes combined from 3 different, sort of streams. And man, wouldn't it be cool if we had over 100 on one broadcast?
Oh man, that would be awesome.
In fact, if we did that, I'd probably buy each and every person a $5, jewelry from Paparazzi. I'd send one out to every 100 person that's watching if I did that.
Yeah, it would be awesome if we did get 100 people. Send 100 person a gift.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. I'd be so down to give them a gift, to break our current record. I think I don't know if it was 52 or 56. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, but I think it was 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So, and Jen says the real question is, why is there so little awareness out there? That is a constant question. We ask that question a lot, because we see a lot of awareness, a lot of education for breast cancer. And don't get me wrong, okay, my own mother passed away from breast cancer. And so I sincerely am grateful for any awareness and education for breast cancer and for colon cancer and any form of cancer, and there are some other illnesses that get more promotion than kidney disease. And that is a great question. I think partially because what happens is the 2 leading causes of kidney disease, high blood pressure and diabetes, they're money makers. Okay. And unfortunately, I think maybe why some of the education isn't being done is because there are too many people making money from the diabetes and high blood pressure. There are medicines out there. Right. Please get Jen Jensen on your show. Another plug.
Yeah, we will. Most definitely.
We appreciate your support, Gene. And
we. You know what, Jared? And then, these shows, not just kidney warriors or people with kidney disease can learn this, but their family members and their loved ones.
Right, caretakers. So,
exactly.
Yeah, and Jen's agreeing with me. It does bring too much money. And, there is money in dialysis machines. Jen Benson the other night talked about that. And, how much money what was it, did she say $4 million? In that, it was staggering. So there is a lot of money being made by these companies and by pharmaceuticals and stuff. But my passion isn't in helping pharmaceutical companies. My passion isn't to help the dialysis machine companies. It's not. My passion isn't to support the dialysis, any of the parts that go into it. Even though I'm very grateful that there is a dialysis machine because it is a form of life support. My passion is to save people that are struggling with kidney disease, to help them have a better quality of life, and to help them find a kidney donor and make sure they're encouraged and that their life after transplant is as good as possible. That's where my passion is. That's where your passion is.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what, Jared? The thing about with these companies, when you're talking about the machine, I don't know if I know, warriors know, but a lot of warriors probably don't know that Fresenius, they make the dialysis machines, right? They make the filters,
right.
and DaVita is their competition, but DaVita turns around and buy filters and machines from Fresenius.
so it's really cyclical. It's going through a cycle there. I mean, it's
yes,
yeah.
yes.
We do need to help patients and their families, Jen. I totally and wholeheartedly agree with you. That's where the importance is. That's where the significance lies.
Yeah, and that's why we need to have her. I need to have her on the show because I need to see what her organization is doing to get the message out to patient and families. I'm sure she's doing a wonderful job. She's in Florida, right, Jared?
I know it's East Coast. Maybe she'll comment.
Was it New Jersey?
New Jersey, right. No, I think it may have been New Jersey because Tiffany Joseph is from Flushing, New York, which is near Queens, and I think
so maybe it was Florida.
Spot on, Steve. She said spot on. So
thank you, Jen. I think it's Florida, but yeah. It's just, man, we just gotta come together, and I just hope tonight is the start of Connecticut. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Right. I knew it was East Coast.
Yeah. And I just hope tonight can be that starting point in us, support, inspiration, encouragement. Any way we can get that out there, and for other warriors, kidney warriors, to express that as well.
So we love you too, Leslie.
Yeah, thanks, Leslie. I'm about to go. I'm tired, man. I'm kind of worn out when, it's just with this Martin's death, man. It
takes a toll.
It has taken something out of me. I had stopped writing. I was on my 9th chapter writing. I finished the 9th chapter and got one more to write before I start typing. But I had to stop that and, reach out to you to see if we could do a memorial show, because again, the Spirit told me to do that because Martin was so selfless that he deserved 90 minutes of our time.
Absolutely.
To talk about kidney disease and go over some of the stories that we know from him and his posting and his sharing. He was selfless, Jared. He was just an overall good guy.
Yeah, he thought of everyone else. Absolutely. Always thought of other people. Well, let's make sure we play that video clip I made again and as we're exiting, so that we can end on another note, so that people can again reflect on him. And if I would encourage anybody watching tonight, and if people watch this as a replay, as a watch party afterwards, to comment on what Martin meant to you, or if you didn't know him personally, if you knew somebody who did know him, just please, if you would, comment your thoughts on Martin and what he meant to you. Please do that.
And also go to his page and send his family some love.
Great idea.
His daughter reached out to me and thanked me. She saw the post I did and she thanked me. But please send his family some love. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers, both his daughters and his wife.
And
very, very humble man. I will always remember him, and God rest his soul.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks, my brother.
All right, Jared. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy this wonderful piece created by our director of graphics, Jared Brown.
Okay, here we go.